Welcome back to Go. This is the Winnipeg Railway Museum. Gord, tell me where we are right now.
Right now, we're in a Colonist car that was built and delivered to the Canadian National just after World War I, and it was designed to handle the wave of immigration that happened after the First World War. We had quite a number of people landing in Montreal or Halifax and then being transported to places of destinations such as the Canadian prairies. And oddly enough, when you landed in Canada, you weren't actually processed as an immigrant until you landed in Winnipeg. And so this was more or less considered a piece of your native soil until you got there.
Now, as we're sitting in here, I'm going to say it's minimalist because I'm so modern. But when we're talking about it, why was it, a lot of people expect when you travel by train, it was always a huge luxury. Talk about that.
Well, once again, when you had the wave of immigration, the first immigrants arrived in Canada were put in day coaches, so you sat in something like this, and you sat here for about 4 or 5 days, which would drive you absolutely stark raving bonkers. So the railway responded to that with a sort of a no-frills sleeper car, and in the original configuration, you would have had overhead bunks, but nowadays this has been rebuilt as a combination car, as they call it. However, these benches still fold down into beds, so you can sleep here, and in the original configuration, you would have had overhead bunks. Now, you could rent the bedding from the railway, and because these people were immigrants, in many cases, they were traveling with all their possessions, so they had their own bedding. You had a stove on which you could cook, so you cooked here, you ate here, and you lived here until you arrived in Winnipeg.
Wow, so it's like everything's contained in this one space.
That's right. And like I say, it was your own home until you got to Winnipeg.
Awesome. So still lots more to see. Stick with us.